Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go for the 4th week of April in today's weekly challenges on Gran Turismo 7. Here's the deal. There's going to be having some less different amount of credit ticket when competing in 3 events. We'll receive 150,000 Gran Turismo credits along with 2 different types of a 6-star roulette ticket onto the parts category and a car category in one event, and make it all the way to have 5 events will be featured is the Jeepney Cup at Willow Springs International Raceway Horse Deep Mile, European FR Challenge 550 at Red Bull Ring. One of them is now going to be labeled as brand new since April 2024 update on the Japanese Clubman Cup 550 at Osage Village Reverse. And also for the Suzuka circuit, which is of course the Honda Civic Type R EK model to go for the one-way category for the limited time online event only, and for the last one we'll be doing on race car in the Group 1 prototype series at Grand Valley Highway 1. There's going to be a lot of good road car challenges by having a usual, and new ones are about to be ready up and roll it out to have the 4th week of the challenge before next week. We'll be moving on in May. Better make sure to grab your favorite kind of a AFEELA prototype 2024 with your very own livery, because I got mine to be putting up to have a UDRS Insportec livery to do a phase 1 as a variation. So as always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Let's get ready to go and start for today's weekly challenges. Here we go, let's begin. Here's something else that might be a very good, interesting surprise since the previous update for the Suzuki Jeepney XC 2018 will be having an engine swap compatible, will be good to go, and do a Jeepney Cup or having a one best ever out there to be on the Willow Springs International Raceway at Horse Deep Mile. But not to mention, because the only swap engine for the Jeepney XC is going to be a well surprised moment out there to have the K14C-Swift on the engine model. It is actually to be a very good, perfect kind of an engine from the 2007 or the 2017 Suzuki Swift Sport. Might be a very good guess that you might need to do some studying of a research. But after all, it brings out to have a performance point on 375.10 performance point, 137 horsepower is quite good to be matched, and capable to be driving with this Jeepney XC to have my UDRS Insportec. But one other thing, because whenever it comes in to have a standardized Jeepney XC engine, better make sure to have one swap engine is a very good recommended tip before being set and prior to be available and activate on the menu book extra in number 50. So I had to test this newly swapped engine out and give it well tested and embrace it to go for a perfect line. In about 4 laps we'll go cruising on the Horse Deep Mile. Almost forgot one other thing, because soft compound tires and the comfort is very well purchased, and hard compound just in case if anything might need to go by improvement and stable. That's why I'll have to get down to it and put up to have a one way to go for appraisal of a challenge. So here I go, folks. 12th position to go in last and test this newly swapped engine out. It's a very good smooth handling and very well capable to have a 454K SUV. Coming around to have the second turn, make that first hairpin nice and easy. If so, going downhill is a very good tip of the advantage before approaches on hairpin 2. Just watch the line and make it slow. But apparently, the swap engine does very more helpful than the standard version to the Suzuki Jeepney XC to have that original kind. Okay, that's the next hairpin clear. Going on the left on hairpin 4. Just make one more on hairpin 5. Just have to climb up on the 5th position. Make it slow and nice and neat. That's 1 lap down. Moving on in lap number 2. Just to be ever as before. Very well improved without installed parts, but one engine swap is a very good, excellent recommendation to have an available purchase when you're on the GT Auto by over 100,000 Gran Turismo credit to get this one and make it much more carried out to be on 100 horsepower to make it more limitation. So I got the 2nd position to go all in and make it one more Jeepney XC to be in the 1st. Next sector on number 2. Alright, there you go. Make that inside to go a short commit. Now for the final hairpin. Simple and modest 454 balance. Just look at it go and make it much more smooth sailing to be moving up onto the 1st position by onwards on lap number 3. But the only simple when mastering the engine swap on the Jeepney XC. All you have to do is gonna have to learn the modest way to go faster and make it much more stable to keep a good right up the balance. But if possible, comfort soft tires is the first step of basic before you're about to be promote yourself by using sports compound category type. For instance, the hard compound might be a very good modest step that you have to go prefer to be well deterred. If you really want to go on sports soft, would be doing the hardest thing to do and make it a little bit impossible. But it might have to do a little bit much more challenging to go on racing compound tires, especially for the dirt and snow tires when you're heading up to Fisherman's Ranch or Sardinia on the windmill for the location, and plus on the snow for the Lake Louise snow course on 3 different layouts. So here comes the final lap, but very much more thoughtful thinking and strategy is the purpose to do some new ways and do some tuning by research. 4th lap is coming closer towards the end. Looks like I'm on the right clock, and look at the gap distance is currently to go by 11 seconds behind. A very good K wheel car to go stronger by the basic and make it much more all-wheel drive to go stronger and more extra powerful. The faster lap time I claimed and took is 1 minute, 8.169 seconds. Got to make that final push, give it all in, and beat that time around onto the finish line. So there you go. 1 check mark is complete and the Jeepney Cup is well done. Very excellent to see how an engine swap compatible is well matched and good on the fit with my kind of a UDRS Inspirtech livery to the same Jeepney XC. But very sure like the original, but the Swift Sport is very much more indeed by the element that have a 4-wheel drive and make it much more lighter stage just like the Cappuccino. Here is the total time I took is 4 minutes, 34.766 seconds, and faster lap time is now being set on the new record on 1 minute, 7.151 seconds. When it comes to have the different kind of the original engine, just have the new one to go by compatible swap might give it a better increase of performance. But that's 60,000 GT credit and give it much more filling out to be well surpassed. And finishing up for today's daily workout, as I just went down to do some experimental on Group 1 prototype series, might be a very good choice to be well compatible and make it well even match. But I'll have to find out soon enough because one thumbnail image might need to give it a captured. So there you go. Only one event check, 4 to go, and I'll have to make it well reserved for the AFEELA Prototype 2024 as I ever tried it out since the update at Tokyo Expressway south clockwise. So next up, race number 2, European FR Challenge 550 at Red Bull Ring. It's about time and putting up to have one available road car to go for the Mercedes-AMG C63S 2015 with a suspension cam livery with RIA in it. So places viewers, only one road car and better performance point to be at 649.74 is now being well prepared to go on a set as she just really well preferred to get behind the wheel. I'll have to get out there and get myself prepared to be behind the wheel for only one C63S is a very good kind of a two-door luxury sports car. It's going fabulous and famous. That's the character type of RIA, of course, and putting up to have that weather forecast to go for a slightly daytime with mostly cloudy. So let's begin with take 1, 12th position for the one suspension cam fan art livery to go focus on the gold medal in first place. As you may ever take a good look to this interior view when driving with a Mercedes-AMG C63S is a combination of luxury and sporting altogether. Very much more indeed to be well chosen to have this one as I've created a suspension cam fan art livery for Season 2 characters. But not to mention from Episode 8 from Suspension Cam All-Stars in Give Me Some Space, a space themed episode is very much more interesting, and however, Ellie just got booted up until Gabby is now becoming a part of the Villains Alliance. But I know it is. Turns out that the cutie patootie is now being walking in towards the dark side after Ellie just got eliminated. Ouch. I know how fans just really reacted to Gabby is now being ready to join the Villains Alliance. Well, I know. It turns out for having some moments is very good, and even for Gabby just have her bad side to go for, well, I don't know what you guys think, because I just really, watching the episode is very much more enjoyable. So this will be doing one good piece of cake and have one Mercedes-AMG to go focusing to be slide to turn and go by 10 turns around in Red Bull Ring. Now I can see Coque Lopez. Let's give him a warm welcome and cue the overtake to have RIA is on the spotlight. Moving on, lap number 2, going in by the first turn, and here is Kay Wirtz in the BMW M4 2014 for the tuned version. Let's give it some fabulous, what RIA said, and everybody will prefer to say it fabulous. Okay, here comes the rain. Let's check the radar and being well spotted. Okay, brakes check, all good. Now coming around to have turn 4, keep it nice and neat. It's a very good sports car to be well obtainable to have this one for free as part of the menu book to go in progress. I bet we do, because this Mercedes-AMG C63S is a good kind of a sports car to go anywhere on the track and being well labeled as a recommend. Got to keep that line focusing to coming in by turn number 9. But even so, that will be a very good potential suspension cam fan art livery for Season 2 characters on the lineup and being considered to have an All-Stars variation on this design. But here comes the third and final lap. Faster lap time is now being claimed by a minute 39.828 seconds. everything is going planned out and make it much more fabulous for only one Bollywood actress for only one single dream car that she just really needs. Got to hold together to have the third turn. Next sector to coming back on number 2. Got to keep going and stay dependent in the first. I still got 7.7 seconds to go remaining and coming back on to turn 4. Okay, keep that turn up. Try not to go oversteer. Very well indeed to have turn 5 and 6 to go on the left. One more sector to go on number 3. Just have to do on turn number 7 and 8. Okay, looks like rain forecast just really hit hard. Talk about having a good percentage is now being spotted and will seen. Just make one set and then I'm all good for now. But talk about having one actress who just really had to come up with some different set of movies. Well, if so, maybe I'll have to let my team to go by having Rhea to be well prepared to have a movie set to go behind the wheel. But in the end, first place on European FR Challenge 550 at Rebel Ring to be claimed on the podium in first place. But after all, it's only one livery, and I'm just always has to get my hands for only one dispenser camp Fenard livery to put it to a test. That's 5 minutes, 11.355 seconds, and faster lap time is still on the place on number 2 due to the weather forecast is now being hit hard on the wet surface. It's all about to have some potential and make some good spotlight to go well endorse it to achieve. That's 37,500 Gran Turismo credit and clean race, gold prize to double. Now, just give me a moment to have that thumbnail image for a replay to go for close in and will prefer. Just like this and make it much more a little bit more slow by effect. Okay, that should do the trick. And there you go. Talk about having a spotlight to have one dispenser camp livery for only one single European sports car for a single Bollywood actress from India. But you know how it is about Rhea, that she is from India to have her role as a career of actress before moving to America to become as a movie star. That's why she has talent, always have to continue her own dream. Now, this will have to take a quick detour as I had to be prepared to go for Osage Village reverse in Japanese Clubman Cup 550. I'll have to make a one quick U-turn and heading up to Grand Valley Highway 1 in Group 1 Prototype Series in race number 3. But don't worry, I just really had to come up to have a different approach of opposite since the previous content video with 95% of old events and 5% chance of new events. So I'll have to be ready up and go without a Group 1 version on the McLaren Ultimate Vision Gran Turismo will be carried out with 1134 horsepower and good to be capable to have the same spec of performance in the mid-engine layout. But adding up to have a car settings to be purchased to go and equip with the racing hard compound tires. But I know what it is because I just went down and took one experimental practice on Circuit D Scientific Chloric C course layout. A perfect idea is a very good excellency of a strategy for only one experimental race car with a drag reduction system is a perfect choice of a tool. So I just really might need to get behind the wheel and go on prone by using a steering wheel to be settled in and take on 10 laps around the course. Hope I'm ready because a detour for this segment will go around. Well, when it comes out to have a test results, you'll have to give it a drag reduction system will go apply with the speed of reinforcement. here I go and put up the fuel map to be set on lean 6. I'll have to be preferred to go on the interior view. The prone steering wheel stance is very much more impressive, fully futuristic competition, just like driving in a Chevrolet Chaparral 2X Mission Gran Turismo, but it's going to be very different this time. Got to hold the line and have turn 6 to go around by the outside and make it entered on sector 2. Okay, it's about to get more slower out there. Keep up the good speed and hold the lean 6. Okay, here comes the short straightaway. Now for the drag reduction system, just be patient a little bit. Grand Valley Bridge and start/finish straight might have to get there. That will be a very good best advantage whenever you have to try your best. That race will be very impossible for only one Vision Gran Turismo race car as a Group X category. Now for the slow in for having a chicane S, cleared and go around by the next bridge until the final turn will make it more applied acceleration. Best advantage and go for the drag reduction system to go by a lineup of overtake. So there you go. Moving on to the 18th position. All I can see, Daniel Solis is up to the 16 after overtake Lucas Brunelli in the Audi R18 2011. Okay, just have to be slow, nice and easy to go fast. Make that good line on turn 6. Okay, there we go. Just have to keep that line slowed down and hold position. He'll have to take 16 more Group 1 cars to go remaining, and total gap on 30 seconds with a decimal of 0.9 to go up in 1 second. Okay, have that inside without the curbstone apex. Purposes, we'll have to make it more straight up the line and pull it straight. That's 29 seconds. Back on sector 3. Okay, same pattern as before. But actually, I just have one other thing about the start of the first round of this year's Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup. Well, I won't be here for the rest of the season because I still might need to have plenty of plan of ideas, and full walkthrough is what I need to do. That's why I'm just being stayed here and just have to go anywhere to participate on weekly challenges to be on the lookout. But here comes the third lap, and still yet remain on Daniel's list for the Toyota TS050 Hybrid on 16th place. And here comes G. Barbara on the Hyundai and 2025 Vision GT Group 1 is now being dropped down to the 16th by overtake. There's Emily Jones on the 14th. Better make sure if I had to catch up to her until Daniel Solis is already been passing through. Okay, good strategy and good potential LMP1 race car. But not yet over until one Ultimate Vision GT McLaren will have to stay on the strongest effort to get there on time until the final lap will be on the sunset. Okay, gonna have to go blocking in to have the Group C and Group 1 Vision GTs coming around. Okay, gonna have to think hard, think competent, and make it more push. Okay, that's a good strategy, guess. Now give it more power. Lost speed reports at the pits. signal at the call in lap number 4. It's only down to 21 seconds remaining. 13 Group 1 cars to go. It's coming along nicely. Faster experimental race car always have a good elemental ability for the DRS. Okay, Q Joel on the Mazda M55 Vision GT in 12. Gonna have to keep a good eye on Daniel Solis and his driving strategy. Much more indeed for the LMP1 race car if one single Vision GT Group 1 is on the defense. Okay, coming back to the Grand Valley Bridge. Now's my chance and go full power. Ooh, close call. Okay, good overtake on the TS050 Hybrid. Now gonna have to catch up to Igor Fraga and Joel. Okay, there we go. Moving on to the 12. Just wait for the Sauber Mercedes C9 to go first and coming out. Okay, good signal. 5th lap, halfway there. Good on progress, moving on to 9th place. I see Ceylon in the Audi Vision GT Group 1. Now's my chance to go past him and just had to be patient on sector 2. Okay, gonna have to get an eye on turn 6. Okay, Daniel Solis has now claimed a new record. 1 minute, 38.865 seconds. So I really have to beat his record, so I have to get there as soon as I can for only 5 laps remaining. Okay, just had to go exit out by finishing up sector 2. Going back to the bridge. Make that good applied line in and go pushing up the throttle. Drag reduction is always have a good use of the tool. It's coming down to be at 1.8 seconds to go up into 2. Back on 2.4 seconds. Still have a potential paces left to go on different track layouts in one event. Okay, here comes the next push. 7th place, here I come, and 4 more to go. Okay, Baulio Gallo and Jonathan Wong is at it again for only a 1st and 2nd place to go on a one-on-one battle. But looks like Takuma Minasono in the same McLaren Ultimate Vision GT, but it's going to be on the Group 1 title. Got the lead held it in the Bugatti Vision GT Group 1 to go first. Back on sector 2. It's only down to 15 seconds to go remaining. He overtakes Simon Bishop. He's going in. Now I got 2 of them on my sight. Just have to hold the line, applied, and keep it well positionized. I really hope it brings me back to have that kind of a pattern for my full walkthrough if I had to claim this objective to be in 1st place. Okay, there we go. Keep that chicane S nice and neat. Going in once again and back on the tunnel. Okay, good clear opening. Now gonna have to catch up to right to Kokobun in the Mazda 787B in lap number 7. Okay, gonna have to go back by crossing the bridge in turn 2. Okay, good slide around and more efficiency acceleration on the get-go. Okay, that's very good. Now, for only a few more seconds to go distant to have a good placement on 3rd place at Takuma Minasono. There he is right now, passed by a second ago. This will be my moment and give a time to spare. Just have to go slow and steady and feel the flow of the racing. .6 seconds to go. Good scene on the light. Climbing up more. Stay slowing down on gear number 2 to go quickly and cautionally to be patient. Okay, no sign of incoming drivers at the pit. Just have to keep a good watchful eye out, and fuel is at 27%. Just only 2 more laps to go, and this is going to be a peak more closer to being a daring risk. Okay, here comes the dive in. 1 second to break through the gap, and station update by 14.6 seconds. I can hardly feel it. It's only 3.5 seconds to go to catch up to Takuma Minasono's position. Just make that good push, and then 3rd place will have to hold down the fort. Okay, back on sector 3. Looks like Baolio Gallo is slowing down and dropped down on 2nd. Jonathan Wong in the Peugeot 908 HDI F8B 2010 is in the lead. But still yet to have 20% remaining on the field to go by the penultimate lap in number 9. So I have to use it wisely and try not to go by power 1 to get there before the final lap is going to be on the main closer to get there. And there we go. The Group X counterpart just overtake the same car as a Group 1 race car. Now that's a ticket to go by 3rd position, so I have to hold down the fort and hold the line to catch up on Baolio Gallo to get there. But the sunset is just yet to be around nearby there. But apparently, 2nd place will have to do extra, and 1st place will be claimed as a victory. It'd always be impossible to be racing at Grand Valley Highway 1 for Group 1 race cars is a tough exercise course to go by the thrill of competition. But plenty more grip is what I have to do is going to be racing and survive. Well, I can still make it at no time. I'm just come here to race, and finish in 3rd place or higher is a usual part of the weekly challenge. Okay, looks like the tire pressure is going halfway there by exactly in 50%. Okay, Jonathan Wong is now at the pit. So let's go, 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 and catch up to Battlefield Gallo to the final lap. It all comes down to this, and it's only going to be a bit more low on 8% to go. There he is. He's coming out of the pits, and he got a new set of compound tires to have a better amount of duration. Boy, I can hardly wait. Every race will have to go by a daring of sacrifice. So I had to use it wisely and try to get there for the other two drivers remaining. Just had to watch that gap. Watch out for Takuma Minasono in about 4.2 seconds. Boy, this is going to be a little bit much more harder as it looks. Got to win this race or finish in third place. Got to make it nice and neat and save plenty of fuel to go economy. Okay, now very good time to spare. Just have 2% and make it 1% to go by the skin of its teeth. So here it comes. This is where the high speed comes to an end. Perfect and save on the third. Third checkmark is being well complete and average to be well achieved on the bronze. That's 3 green check marks in the can, but only 2 more to go. 1 vehicle reservation with new event will have to take for event number 5. And for the total time is now being recently on 16 minutes, 42.586 seconds, with Bosby Birabora's record time on lap number 8 was 1 minute, 37.211 seconds. Tougher times for only one Vision Gran Turismo car without a Group 1 category, but make it consider as a Group X as well. But talk about having a tough throw down the gauntlet and doing some tough exercise on Grand Valley Highway 1 will do the usual way, like having some tough effort like yesterday. But of course, it does matter, and practice well whenever you have to go achieve in first place is what you might need to have that progress to go in 100% complete. So hang on, let me have a replay moment to go for a captured thumbnail image. So that's make it 1. Better have to go by proceed to have this part. Okay, there you go. Hard difficulty is now being checked and cleared by a detour before moving on at Suzuka Circuit for the Honda Civic Type R EK 1-make category. As I come up with a better idea besides using a touring car version to the same Civic Type R EK model, how about the 1997 or 1998 road car version might have to give it a better purpose to be challenging up with some few other touring car version in the same kind of a Honda Civic. So I'll have to go and grab my 1998 with the UDRS Inspirtech livery on a Civic Type R EK model to be well prepared and go race to be double checked by having one road car only. But you know, for only one basic beginner road car and becoming a professional tuned racer is a very characteristic to have a pattern between the beginner and make it go all the way as a professional level in this part of the special event. That's why by the original and additional to have some 2 other road cars with the 1997 and 1998 version onto the same Civic Type R. So the gang's all here, and they got the same touring car as I have the standard version on the EK model in the 1998. With all the parts equipped, hard compound racing tire check, and go 12 position to become as a role of a beginner driver. I'll have to stay behind and just have to make sure to go around at the first turn on first and second turn. Very well average and go novice. Just like having a beginner level, of course, by facing up with some tough professional tuned road cars is now being put up as a racing version. So I got the outside to go overtake at Coque Lopez, got to stay behind on W Murdoch before exiting on the consecutive S turns. Moving on in Sector 2 to have the Dunlop curve before approaches on turn 8 and 9. Danger curve. There you go. Now for T Yamanaka before approaches on Jose Serrano. Okay, turn 8 clear. Make it more inside on turn number 9 to go full straight and approaches at turn 11 hairpin. Okay, got it to go on counter steering. Just make that inside clear. Stay behind on Serrano in the black Civic Touring Car EK model. Okay, that's good pass. Now for the spoon curve. Okay, so far so good. Got to keep it nice and slow and make a good clear pass on Takuma Sasaki. 6 more to go. Catching up to Igor Fraka along with Ryota Kokuban. Now for the out and out. Just let 2 of them to go first. And I'll have to make a good clear opening to be on the right side of the track before the Castillo Triangle at the chicane. Okay, not so bad. Very good to be clear on the first lap. Now going well average on lap number 2 to be on the halfway mark. I see Killian Drummond on the white Civic Type R touring car, which is considered as car number 1. I hope my UDRS InsProtect livery to go well potentialized and embrace it to go like a beginner pro. Alright, now for the outside. Good overtake pass and proceed on Sector 2. Feels like we're having a one-make category to have the same 1998 model back from Gran Turismo Sport at Willow Springs International Raceway at the streets. Just like good old times, and here in GT7, we'll go for a new part of the challenge to face up with some touring car version for the same Honda Civic Type R EKs. Okay, gonna have to keep it steady up and careful. It feels like toughen up like riding a horse. Okay, there we go. Clear pass overtake on Baulio Gallo. Now Bakai de Berlin. When you're around at the spoon curve, turn 12 and 13 along with turn 14 is a very much more smooth pave advantage on 3 different kinds of Honda Civic to go FF style in racing. But very yet and simple, it's all about to have that crucial of racing strategy to go by preventing to have a strong amount of understeer. Now I got it in the lead and had the Castillo Triangle to go by having turn 16 through to 18. Faster lap time, we'll go claim and moving on in the 3rd lap. That's 2 minutes, 25.341 seconds is now being claimed on the faster lap time. Let's see some few other Gran Turismo competitors who will have to take more chances to catch up onto my current lap time. Alright, that should be doing one good trick method. I know, my 1998 Civic Type R will have to keep it much together to become as a bonded team. You'll have to do now because of a hard racing compound tires is going to be stiffen up and have that fully customized suspension is what I need to be installed. But I'll have to be fine with it and stay with a normal to see how tested to go by challenging with a roll of experimental. So I'm at 3.6 seconds from the Berlin. It's still good for now. Definitely we'll have to take some very good slow patience to come around on each turns during a special event for the same kind of a one-man category. Okay, it's coming along nicely. Now going back and do the spoon curve. Just make it nice and slow. There you go. Keep that third gear up tight before coming back on gear number 4. Well, I can't wait, folks. Japanese Clubman Cup 550 at Osage Village Reverse, as I'm about to be well prepared and go for the AFEELA Prototype 2024. But if you already see for my brand new UDRS Inspirtech livery to go earlier, that's why I just got everything to be settled in and make it well first phase of the variation of my own. But you will see phase number 2 to have a different kind of a livery, such as might need to go by a drawing board to be proceed as well. But here is the final lap, 2 minutes, 24.644 seconds in a new record. I wonder if I had to beat my own lap time record, it's gonna have to take some challenging to go competent in FF racing. Got to do the same pattern and all clear from the first corner. Now for the consecutive S turns. It seems so that road cars always has a good purpose to face up with some professional tune cars for the same kind of a Honda Civic Type R. Install parts is the best advantage with racing compound tires is going to be a very good best momentum to go challenging up and be prepared for everything when you're being settled on the Nations Cup. Only one tune car and a single road car for having a 1 versus 11 moment to have a PBE. Only 2 more sectors to go. I'm still on the roll and current sector to be around to have turn 11 at the hairpin. With 4.7 seconds to go up in about 4.6, Kai D. Berlin is still not giving up to be on the main procedure to be around onto the top 3 position along with Leo Gallo. Only one UDRS Inspirtech wheel car is the key purpose for a beginner contender. Without the touring car version for the same kind of a UDRS livery, you'll have to take it old school and make it old fashioned as a JDM wheel car on the track. So very yet to be climbing up to go around by the top speed in gear number 5. Very good acceleration to go by advantage and pass on through with some other road cars. But even so, FF drivetrains will have to do a purpose of a matter to be in the same type of the drivetrain. So here comes the final stretch, and for the main record to go by a quick finish. Alright, looks like saved by the record and go by clear to be on the podium on first place. But in the end, the 1998 Civic Type R has now been claimed on the podium in first place. Thank you, Recommend Parts and Racing Compound Tires, a very good helpful and suitable to have it under 10 minutes with 9 minutes, 37.626 seconds and faster lap time to stay in 2 minutes, 24 with a decimal by 242. and very so. I'm just really hopefully that we'll be having some differences between road car and professionally tuned to have a characteristic by the type. So that's 135,000 Gran Turismo credits, and almost there by having a good fort event by the penultimate. Let's try a replay for a captured thumbnail image to see which position should I have to go with. But it takes 11 touring car version versus 1 Civic is very much more exactly by the guess. Looks like I'll have to do it on the next lap in number 2 or 3. Well, I just already took first place is earlier to begin the main part. Let's just have to go back and settle to have the front view to go all in. But let's make this for only a captured thumbnail image, and it's all good for now. So folks, road cars always does a beginner work if you don't have a touring car counterpart equivalent to have this kind of a same model. But if possible, just stop by at the used car dealership for having a special pick and get yourself to be on the recommended selection. It all comes down to have one more event to go by brand new, and it's about to be heading up to Osage Village reverse for the Japanese Clubman Cup 550. This will have to do 3 laps with a single AFEELA prototype 2024 is now being well checked and go full electric by some few other classic JDM cars. But not to mention because installed parts may not be available at the moment because electric cars only is going to be well stationed at the get-go. So I just really might need to have the medium and soft compound tires to be purchased and check. Oh, and by the way folks, have you already checked my brand new UDRS InsProtect livery? Well, I guess so. Just let you know because I just really had to do some planned preparation for having my video editor for having this new livery. But it takes exactly by the original in 15 minutes and go for a short amount of time lapse. And it's off to France for the Japanese Clubman Cup 550 for a new challenge and Osage Village for only 3 laps. With a single kind of AFEELA prototype is being well prepared by the debuts, just like Laguna Seca for the same event by using the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 9 MR GSR. But very differently, but hopefully it will have to go fully electric sedan car only to have a good challenge and beat the terrain with a series of hairpins. Here's one tip from Nabitane about the AFEELA Prototype 2024 before the race will get started underway. I'm Soki Nabitane from Japan. Today, I'll be driving the AFEELA Prototype 2024. This prototype was unveiled in January 2024 at CES, the world's largest tech trade show. Needless to say, I am super excited to be able to take it for a spin. Glad you like it, Nabitane. The AFEELA Prototype 2024 is a good kind of an electric sedan car from Japan. Let's begin and get myself prepared. 12th position for me, and Nabitane will go head start on the first. The best strategy to go overtake with the Japanese modern and classic, bring the line and be patient one at a time to go climbing up by the series of elevation on the road. Okay, that's a good pass on the R32 Skyline. Now for the R33 GTR on the 11. Moving on to the 10 and go quickly to be reaching up down the hill and pull the brake after overtake the red R34 Skyline. Okay, there you go. Overtake on Mizuno in the 2006 Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 9 MR GSR. A very good start, and very well indeed to have a sport soft compound tires on the AFEELA Prototype 2024. Very good advantage to take on with some modern day JDM cars with a transmission gear along with a classic one from the 20th century. but still might have to go by a sheer matter of diversity to see one single electric road car to go embrace it and will debut in the Japanese Clubman Cup besides taking part in the custom race as a one-make category. But you know, when driving the AFEELA Prototype 2024 before entering in the custom race, it could be considered as a one-make category is maybe a very good interesting to be having a sub-role as a Group X category. But a very good guess, and even so to be possible to use it as the opponent in the custom race as well. Can't say because that would be a very good interesting fact of idea, just like other electric cars like the Tesla, Model S, and Model 3 Performance. And even so with some other kinds of Vision Gran Turismo cars to be in the full electric type. So everything is going well. Got to go moving on. Overtake P. Leonore in the Nissan Fairlady C Type C34. Have the final turn on the hairpin on number 3 by catching up to Baulio Gallo in the 2002 Honda NSX Type R. That's more like it. Pressing on in lap number 2. Fastest lap time record I claim is 2 minutes, 22.286 seconds. All I can see, Ryota Kokubun and Igor Fraga is coming in onto the second and third place. Looks so good, and piece of cake. It drives very well, and much more enjoyable for an electric sedan car is very much more proud Japanese model type. In about 5.6 seconds to go to catch up to Nabetane before entered on Sector 2 by the daily time. It will be quite doing more competent and more exactly to see the purpose of driving the AFEELA to find a good line on any racetrack to be around on environment and urban city course, just like Tokyo Expressway on 3 different districts. But here in the Osage Village for the Japanese Clubman Cup 550, it will be a very good perfect placement for the AFEELA Prototype 2024 is now being actually to be much more enjoyable, drivable, and racing to go on average to see how you can take on with Nabetane. So I'm almost there, and it's going to get a lot more closer in about 0.7 seconds to go with the same different kind of a gray type variation. But mine is now being colored in blue with the UDRS Insportec to be on the trim in white. But if so, when bringing this car to the GT Auto, it can switch to a different type of rims, or even the license plate is a very good, excellent choice of pick to have this one to be available without any custom parts on the exterior, and license plate is now being quite good to be compatible in use. So it's almost there. Just have to take the second lap to go finishing up until the final lap is about to begin. I really hope so, because it's going to be me versus Nabetane to be in the battle of first place. Just watch the line in the apex, so I had to keep it careful to go climbing up in the hill. Okay, very good advantage on the Sportsoft compound tires. Nabetane has a good guess to be using on Sports Hard compound. So I got the lead, and going back onto the first hairpin by doing the first inside of the apex. Update by the record I took is 2 minutes, 20.438 seconds. Now let's see how it turns out to do some practice by attempt and give it much more likely to have a perfect way to be example and embrace it to go full electric. Got to make that right turn, deaccelerate, and go smoothly. But very yet to be indeed is very more coarsely, and just had to go on the brake zone to have a proper communication to go by the taillight. Whenever you see that screen before approaches onto the next turn, it can probably have to be signal on the HUD when you're driving on the front view. See? That's how the taillight is glowing when braking on the turns is more interesting, that you have to be more helpful. So gonna have to take the second hairpin on the elevation, be defended, and almost there at the final turn on hairpin 3. Still have a lot of power, and one more push to be pulled to brake. There you go. Now for the final stretch. Team UDRS Insportec Phase 1 variation is now being done on the podium. And that's checkmark number 5 complete. It takes a simple and decent effort to master the AFEELA Prototype 2024 is what you might need to learn so far. But it comes in for free to be stopped by at the Brand Central to be recommended during the part of the April 2024 update. And that's how it goes, because total time is 7 minutes, 2.48 seconds, and fastest lap time I took on number 3 was 2 minutes, 19.756 seconds, is safer drive and 100% electric. And plus, 90,000 Gran Turismo credit to go for a clean race bonus is being doubled by the earn. And there's a 4-star roulette ticket, but sorry about that because I just went down to do some brainstorming of ideas and I really might need to go for a thinkable thought of planning. But thinking too hard is getting too overwhelmed until you might need to get it right and be smart at it. And plus, 6-star roulette ticket has now been acquired on event number 5 in the weekly challenge. Now, one more replay to go, and all had to be preferred to be on the 3rd lap. Just had to go by entered and have myself and Nabitani. Okay, there's me right over here on the blue Alvia prototype, and just have to go up the hill. That will be a very good, excellent capture image to have both of them in one scene of the location. But it was alright. It takes hard work and matter of brainstorming a practice in every 5 events in this part of the weekly challenge. So it's all done for now, and going back to the GT garage, will have myself to do a main part in reward challenge. But it's about time to go arrival on the day from Sunday and moving on in Monday. But after all, it takes matter of experience to have new event to be available at any time until the usual will be coming back in. But it takes some different part of challenges to see some cars to go by increase the peak of performance and make it much more improved, along with the 3 cars to go by brand new. So let's have a good check and start out to have some credit ticket and 2 types of 6-star roulette ticket for the parts and car category. And plus, I just received an engine category to be received in driving marathon by the daily. But I'll have to do by 2 first, and then the engine category will have to go second. So here comes the parts. Let's see. Okay, looks like the carbon propeller driveshaft has now been received and compatible for the 2016 Toyota SFR racing concept. I've already have that for now, just have to keep it for a momentum. Now let's see the car ticket for the 6-star. Just give me something, and it's going to be having a type of the Vision GT or a Renault RS01. There you go, the Racing Series version of the Mercedes-Benz AMG Vision Gran Turismo, and it's a very good choice of the pick. Cool. Looks like I just got myself a Mountain Grau Metallic, base gray and cyan in the trim. That's a very good price pick for myself for only a single Vision GT car. Now let's see, just have to go by 3-star roulette ticket for only 4 more remaining, and the 4-star and 5-star will be spared to remain. But make that a 10,000 Gran Turismo credit. Just give it a poor, decent effort to make it 5,000. But it's okay. Just have to try harder next time. Now for the second 3-star coming up. Okay, another 5,000 Gran Turismo credit besides the Nissan C Performance. Just have to keep earning and go for the third 3-star ticket. Come on, give me a 1 million. Nope, so far so close. That might have to take a total of grand is 15,000 Gran Turismo credit per 5,003 times. Okay, that's 3-star tickets been received. 1 more remaining. And that will be it for now for this segment, folks. Come on, just give me something to have 1 good penniless earnings and 3 cars. Well, maybe just have that total of 20,000 and that will be it for now. Bummer. I just almost barely had that moment to get 1 million Gran Turismo credit. Is going to be a very good top choice. And for the car collection to be received to have a Mercedes-Benz AMG Vision Gran Turismo Racing Series. Let's have a good check on the index. And here is the description says, another Mercedes-Benz AMG Vision Gran Turismo, ready for competitive racing. Now all I need is the road car version to the Mercedes-Benz AMG Vision Gran Turismo and other vehicles that must be registered to the car index for only 11 more to go. So I have 459 vehicles collected and just had to go by the reaching point in 500. But man, it takes a lot of car collection in progress to have plenty of more credits is what I need to have. But it'll have to take a while to be on the lookout on Legend Car Dealership that might need to have some highly expensive cars, or just have to grab some available road car and race car from the Brand Central is a very good, excellent, much more needed a tip. But after all, weekly challenges on the 4th week of April is being done and cleared to have some usual event plus 1 brand new along with a special event at Suzuka Circuit for the Honda Civic Type R EK models for the 1997, 1998 and touring car version as well. But plus to have the AFEELA Prototype 2024 with the UDRS InSportec livery is now being brand new to be added to the game as part of the April 2024 update. But don't worry folks, I'm still trying to keep working on and have my full walkthrough to be a settle in progress to be filling in and have more cars to be collected until the progress will be reaching up in 100% until the next update. Might need to have some more cars will be available in every month. Time to wrap this up before at the end of the video folks. I still have enough time and get some more farming out with some currency credit to get some more cars available, and then 11 cars must be registered to the index as I'm about to be ready up and go prepared to the license center to be going on National B license in master level. But I still be prepared and I had to be ready up and go into the basic in 2.0. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on Deepnet Art, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. And don't forget to check it out all of my screenshot images on UDRS InSportec, Vision Total Drama, and Dream Art Livery Style Dispenser presented by myself, Hyperion-Blue-GT, as you may ever welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.